As women all over the world join their voices to celebrate the African woman, one woman who is a beneficiary of the gains of an association set up to foster and advance the work of African women in agriculture is Mrs. Bolanle Omolara Otegbayo. She attributes her success story as an intellectual and a researcher to the African Women in Agriculture Research and Development, an association like every other association projected to build the African woman.
When you said African women, I remember that I'm a beneficiary, I'm a fellow of African Women for Agricultural Research and Development, really. Fellow 2009, that was second round of the call. So currently I'm one of the fellow. I have been their mentor thrice now, an official mentor with African Women in Agricultural Research and Development. Actually, talking about African women, I was the first person that is sent to Montpellier. I actually did my postdoctoral fellowship there under the sponsorship of African Women in Agricultural Research and Development. And many people asked me that the question that time, that how was I able to cope coming from an Anglo country to a Francophone country. And I could remember that was a selling point for our award then. Many people want to know, how did she survive? How did she cope? Language barrier, culture barrier. But really, I enjoyed myself. It was really a beautiful time. I think what really happened was, I wouldn't say that I was visionary or I've been visionary. I worked in ITA. And I worked in IT for many years. Currently, I'm still a collaborating scientist with IT. Awards does not have age limit. So sincerely, I will encourage every African woman to do that. And I will say kudos to our award. I will say kudos to our work sponsors and all that. Still talking about, let me talk about my professional development. There is no way I will mention it. I won't mention award, really. You know, being an award fellow then enabled me to register for my professional association that I have been looking forward to be a member, Institute of Food Technologists. How? Wow! So they just told me, they said, you can register for any international body as a member. Of course, I didn't think twice. I registered as an IFT member and they paid my membership fees and everything. Then I started attending IFT. When I got to IFT US, oh my God, I was exposed to so many things in my profession, new trends, new fields, and it really helped me. If you get into academic world, there is no man, there is no woman. It's a dint of hard work and God's grace. God's factor, you can't remove that, because I believe so much in favor of God. Favor flavors life, that is just it. So God factor, but dint of hard work. You know, if you are not hardworking, how will God help you? But there is one thing that once you start, God blesses. So that is just it. So determination, focus, and I think I just decided to be one of the best in my field.
Mrs. Otegbayo believes that numerous factors are responsible for the reduced number of females in the academia and says a lot can be done to encourage the number. However, the women have to be determined.
When we gain admission to the university, I see it as a drum or a pipeline. I know a lot of women get lost in the pipeline. They don't come out of the drum. Yeah. Because of factors that we call wise factors. What happened? Socioeconomic factors, marital factors, you know, women factors. Some women will just feel, I don't need it, I'm okay. I've seen a first class degree holder that didn't do more than the first class. Whereas we have seen many people that had third class that rose to the top in their field. What could be the factors? One, the women themselves. If you just resign yourself to fate and say, I cannot be more than this, you may not be more than this. The greatest enemy you have is yourself. So once you overcome yourself, then you can overcome something, anything. That's what I believe in. If you are feeling lazy and you are able to talk to yourself and you talk yourself out of the laziness, you can move ahead. But if you refuse to talk yourself out of the laziness, you remain where you are. So women factor. Marital factor. Your partner determines a lot. I mean, what you can achieve. Your partner can determine it a lot. If your husband is not supportive, you want to keep the home. There is work-life balance. You just must know how to balance everything. You want to keep your home, you want to have your children, and you want to be successful in your profession. One, you need the support of your partner. If you don't have that support, it can affect you in your career. So, and another thing is that you must know how to balance it. Work-life balance is very, very important. And that is the area where a lot of women, where they miss it. Now, let me give an example. When we went for the mentorship program of the African Women in Agricultural Research and Development in 2009, I have a friend, she's late now. We noticed our mentors. They said we should come with our mentors, successful women in our field. So we went with them. We noticed that our two mentors, the two of them, they were not in their husbands' homes. The two of them are professors. They're still professors, and we just noticed that. It's not a matter of noticing. In those days, you either see a woman professor. When you see a woman professor, it is not all of them that have homes. And it's like there is a tag, or there is something that once you want to be a success, then you cannot be happily married, or you cannot have a home. So Muji and I, we started discussing, and then we talked to ourselves. We used to call it talking to ourselves anyway. The two of us decided that no, we will not lose our home as we are rising. So we decided that whatever it will take us, we will be successful in our career, and at the same time we'll be successful in our home.
She defines a successful African woman.
She integrates the culture, the wisdom, the agility of the African woman, the wisdom into a profession, into a career. Culture, African woman, you know a relationship with husbands, so you do that. You are submissive. Agility, aggressiveness, ability to do more than even a man. The strength of an African woman, determination, focus. That's what I mean by that. It inculcates culture and agility of an African woman into a career.